It all started one afternoon when I received a letter from the HOA. The envelope was thick, and I knew from the moment I saw it that it wasn't going to be good news. Inside was a letter demanding that I move the fence around my property line. Apparently, it was too close to the shared boundary and not in compliance with HOA regulations. It was an absurd request, especially considering that my fence had been there for years and no one had ever mentioned a problem with it before. I called Karen, the head of the HOA, to clarify the situation. The moment she answered, I could hear the self-righteous tone in her voice. I've had several complaints from neighbors, and we've agreed that you need to move the fence, she said, as if her word was law. Karen, I responded, trying to stay calm. I've had this fence up for 5 years, and no one has ever said a word about it. There's no reason to move it. She didn't want to hear any of it. You're causing issues, and the HOA can fine you if you don't comply, she threatened. I knew right away that this wasn't just about a fence. It was about her power trip trying to control every little detail of my property. That was the final straw. I wasn't going to let her bully me into submitting to her demands. Instead of moving the fence, I came up with a plan that would send a message. I contacted a contractor and had them build a massive 10-foot wall along the boundary of my property, complete with floodlights at the top. It wasn't just a fence anymore, it was a statement. The wall towered over her yard, blocking her view of my property entirely. The floodlights turned on at dusk, shining directly into her windows. When Karen saw what I had done, her face turned red with fury. "What do you think you're doing?" she screamed from her driveway, clearly taken aback by my bold move. "I'm just following your advice to move the fence," I said, casually sipping my coffee as I watched her fume. Only I decided to go a little bigger this time. The HOA tried to send more letters and even threatened fines, but I wasn't going anywhere. The wall stayed up, and soon enough, Karen and her neighbors realized that my property, my rules. The wall, with its bright floodlights, was a reminder to everyone that I wouldn't be pushed around. Karen eventually gave up, her once fierce demands falling silent in the face of my defiance. Sometimes, standing your ground isn't just about winning the fight, it's about showing that you won't let anyone take advantage of you. And that, in the end, was the best victory I could ask for.